Hello ladies and gents. Today we're going to do a top 5 Zaku video for today. And for number 5, we're going to do the G-Quet Zaku. Yep, we're going to go for the thick boy in the room. And yeah, it may be quite a ridiculous and ridiculously thick mobile suit, but don't let that distract you. For like any Zaku, this thing can and will be the backbone of Zeon's militia, even in the alternative universes. It still uses the basic Zaku equipment, the Heat Hawks, the Crackers, Zaku machine guns, and other weaponry. Like many Zakus on this list, it is quite a versatile machine, suitable for guerrilla warfare and even mobile suit combat. Now this bad boy weighs at 56.2 metric tons and stands at 17.5 meters. Quite impressive for a chunky and thick guy, am I right? Number 4. The High Mobility Zaku. There are different types of high mobility Zakus, but for this video, we'll be focusing on the MS-06R1 Zaku 2 High Mobility type, with fuel cartridges for fuel efficiency and greater speed, and simplifying replenishment in the event fuel runs low during space combat. Now for its arsenal, it uses the M120A1 120mm machine gun, a Zaku bazooka, and a modified Zaku machine gun, Heat Hawk, and your standard cracker grenade. And of course, the shoulder shield like every other Zaku to reduce damage from ricochets. Now, its thrusters operate at 52,000 kilograms, with its maximum of acceleration being 0.68. Not too bad when it comes down to speed. It's quite a speedy boy. Number 3. The Psycho Zaku. This is the Psycho Zaku. There is a longer name for it, but for the sake of this video remaining short and concise, I'll have to mention it in the description or comments below. A fun fact about it, the Psycho Zaku uses a reused Psycho device. A device that gives potential to operate a mobile suit's limbs by communicating to the drive system via the mind, or the nervous system, much like a new type system or even a mind connection from Punishing Grey Raven. This bad boy stands at 18 meters tall, plus the head height being 17.5 meters. Weight, currently unknown. If anyone can help me find out its weight, please, and I mean please, put it down in the comments below. For the arsenal of this Zaku, it utilizes double Zaku machine guns, the 280mm Zaku bazooka, 3 times giant bazookas, aka 3 giant bazookas, double Heat Hawks, 3 Sturmfausts, and if you can actually believe it, a beam bazooka, giving this machine quite an arsenal to work with, especially in Gundam Battle Operation 2. This machine also has 3 times the rocket boosters for maximum speed, and 2 times subarms for carrying additional weaponry, and a reused Psycho device as stated before. However, for the processes of operating However, for that process of operating the reused Psycho device, special prosthetics are required. And no, not the cyberware from Cyberpunk. I mean, these. Number 2, the Zaku 2 Kai. Ah, the Zaku 2 Kai. One of my personal favorites other than the Zakus mentioned formerly, and the ones that will come later. Oh, and let's not forget the Zuda, but really now, we're talking about Zakus here. Under the United Maintenance Plan, the Zaku 2 would undergo some upgrades due to the utility of the Zaku 2 deteriorating. Thus, the Zaku 2 Kai was created, becoming the second phase production mobile suit. The cockpit of the Zaku was good, and I mean so good, that new pilots with very little training handled this machine well. If said new pilots getting themselves killed was handling the machine. Aside from that, this bad boy, or bad girl even, has apogee motors in differing parts of its body, and the thrusters were increased and made larger, giving this Zaku an acceleration of 1.7 g and its max speed 103 kilometers on the ground. Its turning time is at 1.6 seconds, and its rocket thrusters at 79,500 kilograms. It weighs 74.5 metric tons at maximum. It stands at 17.5 meters tall, like most Zakus, and for its armaments, it has a hand grenade instead of the basic cracker grenade, a modified Zaku machine gun, the 120 machine gun, a Zaku bazooka, a Sturmfaust, Heat Hawk, and if you could believe it, a Heat Sword Type 4 Beta, and a shield. Yeah, just a shield. But the Heat Sword is impressive, though I've yet to see it implemented by the actual Zaku 2 Kais. Maybe because it's not really recommended for Zakus or Zaku 2 Kais to use this sword for any of its loadouts. What do you think? I honestly doubt a Zaku 2 Kai could use a Heat Sword. Honorable mention, the Zaku 1. The Zaku 1 is an interesting mobile suit, though its armor is not as durable as the traditional Zaku 2s. And on top of that, there were other issues with this machine, including the fact that the power pipes took up too much space, and it's really difficult to replace some of these parts, let alone improve the generator. And the limbs are also quite complex, mostly due to the internalized power system. But the cockpit design is not bad, actually. Better than the Zaku 1 A-type. And yes, this Zaku 1 I'm referring to is the B-type in this list. And its power pipes are all fixed and contained inside the armor of this machine. This mobile suit stands at approximately 17.5 meters, like, well, most Zakus, and it weighs at 55 metric tons max. Its acceleration is approximately 0.63 g, with its maximum of 65 kilometers. Its turning time is, well, 2.9 seconds. Now for its weapons, it has two prototype weapons, the prototype Zaku bazooka and the prototype Zaku machine gun. And finally, taking up our number one spot, is the Zaku 2, the original Zaku 2. Following the Zaku 1's smashing success, Zeon continued developing more mobile suits, even improving upon the Zaku design. Hence, the MS-06 was born. And more than that, approved for mass production by the Principality of Zeon, with different variants being produced, and I mean several different variants. Since, of course, the Zaku is the mainstay general mobile suit, it needs to have variants for different situations, too. It stands at approximately 17.5 meters, weighs at 73.3 metric tons with super hard steel alloy. Its maximum acceleration being 0.59 g, and a maximum speed of 88 kilometers an hour. Its turning time, 1.7 seconds, and with some impressive rocket thrusters like some of the other Zakus above. For basic weaponry, it can use the Heat Hawk Type 5 and the Zaku machine gun, or the 120mm machine gun, and it also has additional weaponry it can use, such as the Zaku bazooka, the MMP-80 90mm machine gun with grenade launcher attachments, and other weaponry. And since, of course, there are other weapons I didn't include, but if you were to see them, you, and I mean you, the viewer, would agree that the Zaku is a great all-rounder grunt mobile suit.